When we last left the Detectress, Ambrosia Salad in Provincetown, she was just about to butt crack the case. The case of Dick at Night. One of her most puzzling cases to date. A case so perplexing it almost made her hang up her hat. But nothing can stop this savvy cumshoe. After unzipping the mystery and bringing it to its knees, she returned home. But unbeknownst to her, there was a burning issue lying deep within that would bring our beloved heroine back to the place that started it all.
July 9th, 2017. It's been 1 year since I've been on the Cape, but now I fear I'm about to embark on my most diabolical case yet. The genesis of this story began last summer. It was Bear Week in Provincetown, and there was trade all over the streets. I was on a hunt for some trade of my own. I searched far and wide set, coffee shops, emporiums, libraries, pool parties, till I discovered a 24-hour orgy at Jim Landy's. I set up shop there all day and night, until there was nothing left of me but an empty conch. The next morning I awoke on a dock bench, shivering and cold, feeling as sore and as washed up as a bloated pufferfish. So I hauled crack back to the mainland, putting as much distance between me and the Cape as possible. But when I returned home, I felt a tingling in my lowers. Not just a tingling, a burning. My patty melt was on fire. But just which of my many chesters would have given me this flaming hot Cheeto? I decided I would need to wait 1 year to return to Provincetown for Bear Week to suss out any potential suspects. So 12 months later, I packed my bags, fire crotch and all, and made my way back to the Cape. It was a beautiful New England day when I arrived, and the Pilgrim Monument stood tall and erect. Once we docked, hordes of hungry tourists squandered out of the ferry. Then I was met by Special K Agent Dusty, a key player at Parker Brothers' Clue Board of Game and Wildlife. I must admit it was nice to be back in this lovely town. And despite the circumstances, I really was quite pleased to be back in this fairy tale of a storybook setting. On the ride to Matron's quarters, Special K Agent Dusty gave me some top secret information.
Honey, I'd want your back if I were you. There's some hoes here in this town that don't want you on this case, girl. Girl, if I were you, I would be very careful, honey. Ugh, these ladies know that you are on the case, and they're out to get you, girl. They're trying to bring you down. You know how vicious a faggot can be, much less a hairy one, honey. Oh, they're out for blood, honey. They're just, vicious hoes. Vicious.
And girl, was Dusty right. When he dropped me off at my matron's quarters, I was hastily met with a rather vicious welcome. But after a good night's rest, I awoke early and set out. This being Bear Week, I thought it was best to blend in and not cause too much attention. And if anyone was a masturbator of disguise, it was yours truly. I poked through every patch and trimmed through every bush, peeling back any curtain in my way. Determined to find foreground, and avoid getting the shaft. I was ready to make a fist and get to the power bottom of this case, blowing it right open. But the day had seemed to prematurely get ahead of me, and night had fallen. I knew that time was running out for your beloved heroine. This town was full of nuts, and I knew just one of them was waiting to crack and spill their secrets all over me, till I was covered, knee-deep in nut. Thanks to a handy from good headquarters, I got myself an invite to a house party. There I was tipped off about a local celebrity named Miss Richfield 1981 who might have some vital information for me. But the only way I could get to her backstage is if I was a performer myself. Luckily, I just happened to pack a few fierce essentials before I came on this trip, and I was prepared to do whatever it took to get backstage. I was an instant star, and for one glorious moment, I considered the possibility of a career change. But my 15 seconds of fame were up, and my plan had worked. I got myself backstage where I could meet with a town celebrity, and get the secret tip that I had been desperately waiting for.
I know you're working hard on this case, and believe me, no one's more concerned than I am. So here is the clue. The black bear hunts at night. There you go.
And was it a tip indeed, and just the tip. But what did she mean? Luckily, from here on out, everyone seemed to be rooting for me, hoping I would butt crack this case.
Butt crack the case!
Even one of my favorite P-Town celebrities, Dina Martina, was on my side. But before I was able to digest all this information and give it a good night's rest, I was awoken in the middle of the night. Hello?
This is Agent Deep Throat. Meet me on the abandoned houseboat. I know this may be hard to swallow, but you must meet me tomorrow. To receive clues helpful and witty, come alone and wear something pretty.
Ooh, a date! And from a mysterious, sexy voice, too. I haven't had a date since my natural forest caught fire. Would this smoky bear be the dirty finger to unzip the mystery and put out my lady butt? Would I catch his naughty paws red-handed? Would he extinguish these flames of desperateness? There was only one way to find out, and luckily I happened to pack with me something pretty. So if the boat is a-rockin', don't come a-knockin'. This Detectress is horny AF. He was a no-show. I've been stood up. But why have me get all gussied up and come all the way out here, pussy wet and all? I felt like a shipwrecked siren, a beached whale, a quadriplegic Ariel, an unfree Willie, a washed-up Daryl Hannah, a misshape of water, an overcooked Krabby Patty, a tuna casserole. Hello?
Listen, Detectress, you better back off this case if you know what's good for you, or you're gonna have another thing coming, honey. That's right, bitch.
Yeah, you fucking bitch.
We're gonna get ya.
We're gonna fucking get you, bitch.
I've hit another rear end. I'm starting to lose hope. Perhaps I should retrace my steps and search for new clues. Somewhere else, but where? Then out of nowhere, bam! My boat hits an iceberg and nearly capsizes. My ass is being tossed around like a king crab salad. By the time I was fouched up on shore, I had just about given up. This case has bent me over and rode me dry and hard, and I was ready to succumb to an end. All I wanted to do was pack my bags and get off this cape once and for all. But while walking down Commercial Street towards the ferry, the most amazing thing happened. I ran into all of my past P-Town lovers. One by one, they all reminded me of what a fervent, fertile woman I am, and how much they enjoyed drinking from the juices of my nectar.
Babe, I porked your bun.
I stuffed your pie hole.
Oh yeah, Ambrosia, I puffed your muffin.
Yeah, I creamed your pie.
Ambrosia, I battered down those hatches.
I sure did toss that salad.
I shoved my fruit in your jello, Ambrosia.
Yeah, Miss Salad, I buttered your biscuits.
I boinked your hole. I canned your tuna.
Yeah, that's right, Ambrosia. I Beyonce, you know.
And then it became clear. It didn't matter who gave me the syphilis, or who gave my syphilis gonorrhea, or my gonorrhea the crabs, or if my crabs had herpes. They were all a gift. My gift. The gift that keeps on giving. So I decided to set up shop one more time and give out my gifts for free to all of my favorite patrons of P-Town. Until we were one pauper's infused web of tangled hair, limbs, sweat, and crust. It was heaven. The next morning I awoke early, feeling as fresh as a summer rosebud. I decided to extend my stay in P-Town and enjoy the rest of Bear Week. All the parts seemed to fit again here in Cape Cod Peace, Massachusetts. And at the moment there were no new mysteries to be solved. And as for that burning issue, I finally went to a pharmacy and got a hardcore prescription of penicillin. Everything is back to better, and this is where the story ends. Or is it?